Everyone, Tony from Palm Springs, California, down the street. Well, first of all, I'm here of pure trust for Travis Community, as many of these people are. We love Travis. My question is, I've been in crypto 6 years, not in debt as much as many of these people with these questions, so I would love to hear a bit more about the vision of the future of the debt box, IX Global and everything. I know Jason mentioned a little bit earlier, but kind of hints. We would love to know what you feel in your heart. Like, what's your vision, like in the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 years?
Good question.
You know, this actually is very important to all of us. We all have our own visions as part of the Debt Council in different ways. And, you know, my vision basically comes from a different perspective, I think, from everybody else. My career started in finance. It has been basically trying to help individuals with financial literacy and in solving a major problem of debt, hence the name of the company. Solving that problem for the United States was great. It really was the traveling around the world and being more affluent with my own internal family and starting to go into the islands, different countries, and realizing how blessed we really are here. And you know, going out and understanding that fresh, clean water is something that we take for granted. Hot showers are something that we take for granted a lot. In food that is cooked and prepared correctly. This is the passion, basically helping out and uplifting society. The overall goal is that for us, and especially the developing, I call them third world, but I think the better name is actually developing nations at this point in time. And getting to a point where we can come up with something that it is about the people in the room, but our goal is tens of thousands of lives being changed in one country in Ghana, or in Africa, Ghana this year. We will spread that throughout the African continent. It's something we have a lot of passion for. It's something we really want to do. And by doing that, we create wealth that a lot of people in this room has actually never realized. There's several people in this room that got involved with us a year ago, a little over a year ago. We've created roughly 10,000 new millionaires in the United States. I actually told Joe that that was our goal, and throughout this year, I think he's understanding that's a byproduct of what we're really trying to do. The 10,000 millionaires is awesome. You guys are all spoiled. The 10,000 millionaires is what we needed in actually order to get the underlying projects uplifted. And so that's what gets the tens of thousands of jobs around the world created in developing nations. So that's really the mission.
John.
I think really
John.
that's to ask the question because there's so much we can go into about the vision of where we want to go. From kind of the personal aspect that Jason talked about, but also the business aspect that drives all of our efforts every day. Ultimately, what we want to do is create an impact on the world. We want to make sure that when we leave a legacy. And so what we're trying to do is do something that's never been done before to leave our mark on history.
What they say. Now, I grew up in Panama, Central America, and I spent a lot of my life throughout Central America, South America, and pretty much around the world. So when I had the opportunity to go to Ghana back in 2011 with Jake and Jason and Gordon, I was like, I'm home. In fact, I told them, I'm home. This is phenomenal. This is exactly what it was like when I grew up. Growing up in that situation, I very much appreciated what it was like. I mean, when we got off the airplane from Panama, and we went into a McDonald's, and we ordered food, my brother said, dude, you can order all that with English? And so having been in a scenario, in a situation where there is significant poverty and there is a significant struggle for life and being able to make ends meet, For us, it's all about uplifting the people we're serving in those countries. We go in when we mine, we drill for oil, and I say this we because we have the ability to find it, and they come in with the drills and the mining, and we tell them where it is. But what that does is that changes the face of that community. It changes that village. And so those people then have jobs that don't have jobs. If they're growing food, they're growing food because we've been able to help get that put together and organize that where they would not normally have that ability. And so we're changing lives, and I see it. And when we first got started, I'm like, man, this is really slow. It's just not, it's not happening. And as it's progressed, it's been like a snowball rolling down a hill. And it's just building and building and building and building. And then to come back to the US and see the lives it's changing on the digital side, for me is significant. I've got friends that I introduced this to. Sorry, Joe, it wasn't an IX. But it's changed their lives. I've got a guy that came to me and he's told me, he's even teared up multiple times, like, you have no idea what you've done for me in just introducing this to me. He said, you've completely changed my life. And for me, that's what it's all about. It's about the stewardship we have to take care of one another here on earth. That's where I'm at.
Amen.
Can I ask a part of that as well? Because I know those are the debt box editors. I want to also address the IX global side of this, right? I think what people need to understand about the vision that we have, myself, Rosemary, is, you know, just like every one of these guys up here, we've been in the trenches the last 15 years. I've been in homes where they're sweeping the dirt floor, they don't have a roof over their head. But guess what they do have?
No.
They have a smartphone.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? That's how technology has reached today. People can start to see things on the internet, YouTube. They start to see people living the lifestyle. You see all these influencers or, you know, these people out there, they're the same age, 18 to 25 years old, and they are traveling around the world and they're doing all these amazing things. Imagine if you were in their shoes. You're watching through this little screen, these people your same age having all these great experiences. That wasn't possible before because you were in your own bubble, right? Think of it back in the 50s and 60s and 70s. There was no internet, there was no way to connect people. But now these people in these villages, in these towns that are in these developing nations can see what it is to live, whether you want to call it a Western lifestyle or the American dream or whatever you want to call it. So it's speeding up the need for people to be educated and to have a way to earn an extra income. And I think we're starting to get there with the licenses. That's affected one level, perpetual licenses. Then we went through and I, fought my way with Jason on the rental idea, right? We were going some other way. He came up with a better way with rentals, right? But I think there's another step that we need to take, and you guys will see that step taken in 2023. This will be able to help people, like Roy was just talking about, that live on 50 cents to $1 to $2 a day. And I think sometimes us in the States, we don't realize that there's people that live on that amount of money each and every day, that are trying to put bread on the table each and every day. And I want to be able, through the Debt Box Partnership, complete a vision that I have and take a piece of technology to where people can make that little bit of extra income that they need for their family, for that bread, that day, and tomorrow, and the next day. But they don't have the resources to go out there and buy a perpetual license at this moment. So I know that's a long way off. There's a lot that I have to do. There's a lot of work that Jason has to do. So make sure we put a lot of pressure on him when you guys are talking to him. Tell him to support me on this. And that's my piece on that, Tony. So thank you for that question. Next.